Hello, friends, and welcome to Virtual Strangers 45. I'm your host, Wes. With me, as always, my good friend, Ruuts. Ruuts, the news finally starting to pick up a little bit. We had our holiday season, and the build up to that was breakneck speeds, and then everything just kind of dropped off in January. We had The Walking Dead, but that was pretty much it. We had not very many big name releases to look forward to coming in February, but now, week upon week upon week, just a little bit more picks up, a little more news, a little more news. And this week, I kind of feel like we have one of our what used to be a normal show for us,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Actually, have some news topics to talk about as well as some games. So it's good.
Yeah. I mean, the last few weeks have been pretty good. Before that, I mean, good Lord, it was a job to put together a show.
Yeah. Well,
But it pretty much wrote itself today. I mean, I just went right down the line, left stuff off, actually left stuff out of the rundown today. So that's always a
yeah,
good
I'm kind of
sign.
glad it wrote itself with as much work as you put in that new Walking Dead Saints and Sinners Evil Weasel video. You deserve a show to write itself. So
Good man, good man. Uh, what Roots is trying to do there is plug our latest video. It's a gameplay. It's awesome, especially if you have a sick sense of humor like me. You need to check it out. It's a contrast in gameplay styles. Roots plays the Saint. I play the Sinner, and we just show the different approaches to the game, The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners. And Roots, if you're someone with my kind of constitution uh, and my talent for creativity with violence, there's a lot of fun to be had in that game.
it was a lot of fun to be had watching you have fun in that game when I was watching the video. Maybe you'll see a link floating around somewhere up here, up there, or something.
Probably right here, I
Oh yeah,
imagine.
right there. But yeah, no, it was good. It was good. Kudos to you. And like I said, makes me glad to hear that the episode wasn't a pain in the ass because you put a lot of work into it. So
Well, I mean, it wasn't all me. It was your idea, and uh, someone was complimenting me in the comments the other day. I forget who it was, saying what a great idea it was, and full credit to Roots. It's all Roots' idea. Um, and trust me, my evil guy wouldn't be half as evil if your good guy wasn't so good.
Saint Roots.
So
Yeah.
yeah, Saint Roots, right? But yeah, be sure to check that out. And while we're at it, while we're doing shameless plugs here, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe or at least consider subscribing. It really helps a lot. We're trying to push to get to 1,000 subscribers. That's our next milestone. And if you aren't new to the channel, tell a friend. All right, so what say we talk about some VR Roots? And what say we talk about everybody's favorite game, Half-Life Alyx? Just this past week, Valve dated the release of Half-Life Alyx for March 23rd via Steam. The news comes via the official Valve Twitter account, along with a few new screenshots of the game that you can see on the screen right there. Roots, in recent weeks, a lot of hand wringing, a lot of worrying. Oh, what if it doesn't come out on time? And a lot of that was put to bed a couple of weeks ago when they kind of reassured people, hey, it's coming in March. But even as recent as a few days ago, I've seen comments to the effect of, why haven't they given us a date? Why haven't they given us a date? People still getting kind of nervous. I got to say, I'm pretty confident now. We're going to get this thing on March 23rd, just like they
Yeah,
said.
I think so too. And it's funny, man. It's just funny to watch people freak out about almost everything in life. And yeah, people have been doing that. They, oh, there's got to be a conspiracy. There's something going on. The game's not coming out. The indexes, they're holding it because of that, or I don't know. I personally believe that most of the indexes are low because of supply and demand and how much stuff's built in China. The whole country shut down, brah. Like stuff's gonna start coming to a halt, man. I wouldn't be surprised if we see some electronic stuff be shortage all across the board, right?
For sure,
So
dude. And that was interesting. Um, kind of telling by the omission of news when it comes to when Index is going to come back in stock. They previously said that they plan to have all of the back order taken care of by the time this thing launches. It's just a little over a month away, and still no word on when they're going to start filling those orders. They did, however, promise forthcoming news. So they're going to make some sort of statement soon on that. But I got to imagine that, or I mean, it's pure speculation, obviously, but I don't think it bodes well because if it was good news, I kind of feel like they would have given it to us today. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Can you imagine the backlash of what's going to happen, dude? Because there's going to be people, and of course, even if things work perfectly, there's going to be people that are huge Half-Life fans that bought their Index and they want to play it, and they aren't going to have it on day one, and they're just going to be, I mean, you know, they'll bitch in the Reddit and freak out, and their whole world will crumble, and then a week later they'll get their Index and they'll play it, and everything will be fine again. So,
well, I have the solution, Roots. Index is back ordered. Quest is back ordered. You know what's not back ordered?
I almost
Oculus Rift S.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Cosmos, man. Because, you know, there's tons of Cosmoses out there, man. You can get one all day long. But yeah, Rift S is definitely still out there. And like you said, you even your Walmart, you can pick one up, right? So,
yeah, it wasn't in stock in store, but it was available at walmart.com for order, not from a third party via Walmart, but actually from Walmart. You can order them and have it shipped to your store or to your door. $3.99 all day long. You can get your refund from Valve before they even charge. You can just cancel your order, and then you got $600 in your pocket to spend on games.
Yeah, or we're only, what is it, 4 months away from the 3080 dropping, so you could put that towards a new video card, or you could wait till the 2080s drop in July or August. You know, that's what I did. That's what I did.
Have they officially announced the 3080 now and when it's being?
I keep hearing it's
released?
June. So, but I mean, I haven't seen that in writing. So, that's speculation from Reddit. So if you believe Reddit, then it's definitely June. But I've seen it enough people reference it. Like, dude, I don't know, man. I spend too much time on Reddit, but I feel like it gives me a good pulse of what's going on in the VR world across all the Reddits. So at least a good sample of it. So
I'll tell you what's going on in the VR world, Roots, based on that assessment. Should I get an Oculus Rift S or should I get Oculus Link?
Yeah. Or what game should I buy? Or
right.
Or just there's so much, man. I get so salty when sometimes I start to type something and then I have to delete it and say I'm not typing that. It's just not.
Yeah, I try not to read Reddit too much because it's a hole that I fall down and I can't get out of. Like, because it's my nature to want to help people, and most of Reddit is people asking for help, right? Or at least it is in my experience. Most people on there are saying, you know, I have this problem, I have this question, and, you know, I'm just going down the line answering questions every time I'm in there and I can't stop.
Yeah. I had a guy yesterday, he said that as his Rift S keeps slipping up on his head. And and like I tell people every time, you know, put on the back first to below the base of your skull, lock it in, then tighten the strap. And he said, yeah, I don't know, man, but the back it goes up before I can lock it in. I said, well, what is your head coated in grease? Like at what point?
Yeah, I mean,
what is going on, dude? I don't know.
Yeah, you really do have to lock that thing down, but it will get tight. I mean, that's the beautiful thing about it is that cushion is so cushiony that you really can, you know, tighten it down, you know, super tight. And that's kind of what you have to do with it if you want it to stay optimal as far as the vision, the focus goes.
Yeah, it's just that it's always the same thing. Whenever I read, there's certain things they say that it's slipping or it's blurry, and if people actually, and I don't know what the deal with that guy is, I just don't know, his head's messed up or something, but 9 out of 10 times, if you lock that back and then tighten the strap, it's perfect.
It might be that guy that you saw at the convenience store the other
Oh
day.
yeah, dude, I can't imagine what he would do with his. He would have a problem putting it on. I think so. Yeah, he needs the Shack headset.
Yeah. Interesting bit of related information. Our friend Gamertag VR informed me the other day that there is now available for purchase a Halo style strap for Oculus Quest.
Wow.
There's a company, man, I forgot what the name of the company is. He told me it's a Chinese company, unfortunately, but yeah, it's like $50 or something. You can get a Halo style strap, pretty close to what the Rift S has, and he said it makes a world of difference with the Oculus Quest.
Yeah, well, definitely worth checking out. Although I am a little hesitant from stuff coming from China at the moment, just because I had to rehearse.
Well,
Go ahead.
I checked it out. I looked on their website, and they're upfront about it. They're saying, "Hey, look, it's going to be a while before we can ship these. So if you want to go ahead and order it, we're going to knock $10 off. There's a coupon on there for back orders right now." And they're saying, "Look, it might be March, it might be April before we ship these. If that's a problem, just don't buy it." And it's literally what they say: just don't buy it if that's a problem. Don't order it.
Yeah, someone's still gonna buy it and bitch, but
yeah, probably. But yeah, apparently it's a quality product and intriguing to me. I'd really like to have it. It probably, if I played Quest more, I probably would have went ahead and back ordered it. But my family, I mentioned it to wife, and she's like, it's not that uncomfortable now that we've got the face thing. It's kind of fine. We don't really need to upgrade it anymore.
yeah.
And so I was like, it's your face. They're the ones that are playing that thing. I play it once every week or two. I'll pull it out for something that I like to have mobility for, but I don't really play it all that much.
Yeah, that's how I would be. That's one of the reasons why I'm so hesitant to pick it up. I mean, I tell you honestly,
it's nice though. It's nice to have it when you want a demo. It's handy,
right? That's what it would be, because like I want to go visit my dad, take it to him, and show him VR or whatever. So
yeah, I tried to demo both Quest and PSVR at Christmas, and after playing the Quest, nobody wanted to deal with PSVR. Like, it was too much hassle to get into for them.
yeah,
Like, they didn't want to deal with it.
yeah.
They all wanted to like Beat Saber all night long on the Quest,
And Beat Saber, dude. Oh my god.
All right. Anyway, Half-Life Alyx. Roots, these thumbnails, if the game looks like this, I think we're in for a treat.
Yeah, it looks so good, man. And I was just telling you before we started recording that, we don't have you and I don't have the premise of playing through these games. So we don't look at these environments and have that nostalgia and stuff. So I can only imagine what people are just shitting themselves looking at these soldiers and stuff. Although I do have some animosity towards these soldiers, because man, that in the beginning of number 2, they want to shock you and push you, and they get very physical, man. I just get close to them and they get very angry, and I don't understand where the anger comes from, Wes. It makes me a little sad.
Look, Roots, if you won't stay indoors, then people are going to catch your virus. You have to stay indoors.
Yeah, maybe this is the Wuhan. This is what's going on there. So
yeah, right. That could be what's happening here. It could be all an elaborate ploy to promote Half-Life Alyx.
I hope not. That would be horrible. But yeah, no, I'm psyched to see this game, man. We're so close. We're a month and 10 days away, and actually less than 10, because now we're just rolling into Valentine's Day, and it's just an amazing time. So
yeah, I think you know me. I like a story-driven game. I like an action shooter game, but I like the world to be explorable. You know what I mean? I kind of feel like that's what this is going to be, having not played Half-Life before, but I'm familiar enough with it to, I think I'm really going to dig this game, Rich. I think it's going to be awesome.
I think the storytelling is going to be next level. I mean, even just from the theatrical trailer, it's just amazing. You know, it just
Looks borderline horror too, man. Look at that.
yeah, one of those head crabs, man. When they're jumping in your face, you know. I can't wait to play Boneworks physics without the jank. You know what I mean? Like the real Boneworks physics. I guess it's not even Boneworks physics. It'll be Alyx physics, but I don't know.
Well, it's right now. It's the Walking Dead Saints and Sinners physics.
Yeah, that's true.
Then it's going to be Alyx physics, and honestly, it's going to be Medal of Honor too, because they made similar statements to those made by the developers of Half-Life Alyx, that they're trying to find a happy balance between realism and gameplay.
Wow. If the Medal of Honor nails the way the guns feel in Boneworks, that way, that one gun where it was so fucked up, which I found out from Mamefan and other people that it's Boneworks, not the Rift S. But man, that was the worst gunplay I've had in a while. And I guess we're talking about Boneworks so much now, we might as well move into the next to the next topic,
yeah,
right?
For sure.
Oh.
Right. Well, you know, I always feel like I'm being super negative about this game because there's so much to be critical of, but honestly, it's just the one thing. It's the over implementation of their physics system, which I haven't tried the gun issue that you've had. I haven't had the scoped rifle yet, so it may not have anything to do with the physics, but I gotta imagine it probably has at least something to do with the way they've implemented their physics system.
Yeah, I wish the like remember like in Walking Dead, man, even today, it's so easy to climb up on stuff. You just grab it and pull and you're up, man. This fucking game, you're pulling and you're just not going to climb up shit. I haven't figured out how to do it, but you nailed it though. This game is so amazing on so many levels, and I'm glad that they're finally implementing the save points and stuff. I guess they're implementing kiosks, I read, to where you can actually go and save them.
Per their Steam community, they have already implemented the mid-level saves in the public beta channel. So if this is something that you want to play around with, you can go into your Steam library, right-click on the Boneworks game, and in the properties, I forget which tab it is, but there's a tab in there to switch to the beta channel. And if you do that, like you said, there are multiple save kiosks throughout the levels. It isn't just one mid-level kiosk. There are multiple ones throughout the level. You just have to walk over to and save. And I think they said it saves your inventory and a couple of other things.
Cool. Yeah, it's funny because when we played last, I thought that it was already implemented. And I didn't do the beta thing, so I must have lucked out and didn't get screwed because I died and started right back where I was at. So I was kind of happy to. But yeah, you're right. We shit on this game so much, and it's really just because so many people were so like this game is fucking God and it's the best game and there's nothing wrong with it attitude almost, and so it kind of brought out some of the negative, but no, it's a really good game. Every time I go in, it's one of the most immersive games. And I'll tell you, this is bullshit right here, Wes, because I've tried it like 20 times. I can't hit that fucker, man. It is a lot harder to drop a cinder block on somebody from up above than this guy makes it look like. It's just you can just do it all day long. No, it's not how it works, man. At least for me, anyway.
Yeah, they should have made it a little bit more push button, like in Here They Lie. Like I smashed the zebra guy's head in, or was it the zebra guy? I think it was a zebra guy doing just that up on a balcony, dropping a cinder block, and the dog lady Ruuts, she was very impressed with me for that.
I'll tell you what, that was still one of the weirdest fucking games, man. Watching somebody run out and stopping somebody from getting their ass kicked, like they're really worried about him, and then watching that person start kicking their ass, it blew me away. I was like, what is going on in this game? Yeah, that's crazy.
You know who really enjoyed that? Evil Weasel. Evil Weasel loved it.
Evil Weasel likes everything, man. I couldn't believe when Evil Weasel blew somebody's head off. It blew me away, man. Jaw dropped, blew me away.
yeah, your jaw was dropped.
Yeah,
right?
for real. I was like, oh my God.
Anyway, Boneworks mid-level saves available in the public beta channel right now. Coming soon to the general game. I forget what the official title of the general copy of the game is. The official copy of the game should have this thing. Literally, it could be any day now. The latest I read about it when the developers were asked, they pretty much said that the save system has been fully tested and is pretty functional. Most of the bugs worked out, but what they're doing now is they're working out other things that are going to be in that update. So it's going to be a multi-feature update, as most updates are. But as far as the save feature goes, apparently it's pretty much finished.
Cool. Can't wait for it to be in there all the way. Makes you wonder, like, I don't know why they would have not had it to begin with. It's always nice to have extra save spots for sure.
It is kind of weird. I spent 2 hours playing through one of these levels. That's literally why I haven't. We complain about the jank a lot. That has nothing to do with why I haven't been in this game. Honestly, if I probably listed out my top 10 VR games, this is going to be one of them. But really, the only reason I haven't gone back in is because of almost every time I play, I feel compelled to play longer than I want to because I don't want to lose my progress.
Right. Yeah, it does suck. That's one of the reasons good that they're doing it. So.
Yeah. So I'm not sure that I'm going to get into the beta or not. Obviously, there's so many other things to play. No big deal. We have to wait on this, but it's good to have the option.
Yeah. That's good that they jumped on it so quick after people complained. Again, another really good developer. So.
Yeah, that's the mark of a good developer. We can criticize them all day long for not doing it in the first place, but they're getting on it. They're getting on it quickly, and the game that they've put out is jaw dropping from a production perspective. Everything is so crisp and clear and real looking and sounding in this game. It's a new level of immersion. It really is. So as critical as we are of the overdone physics, it really is an amazing
yeah
game.
Best Hands 2019 Jerry Rice Award.
Jerry Rice honorable mention runner up. All right, anyway, let's move on to Down the Rabbit Hole Roots. Cortopio Studios, Stockholm-based team that brought us Wands way back in 2016. They've been teasing this one for a while. Down the Rabbit Hole it is kind of a prequel to the Alice in Wonderland story, and they're selling it as kind of that same surreal, dreamlike world that you're going to visit. You're going to go down the rabbit hole with her as kind of this giant, and you're going to be controlling not Alice, but actually another little girl in what looks like a very moss-like puzzler. It's very colorful. Really, my whole Roots, I'm really looking forward to this. Every time I see it, I want to play it more. But honestly, the whole draw here, I think, is I just want to be in this world and check it out.
Yeah, I think it's what's kind of cool about it, and I kind of wish, as every once in a while we come across a game where our format of how we do the show bothers me in a little bit when we do the trailers, because you watch the trailer with the audio and you're like, wow, this is so much. It adds so much to it. And because we do, a podcast version of it, we don't put the audio in there. And so you kind of don't get to see the extra bits. So I would say if anybody that's listening to this or watching this, go check out this video with the sound as well, because it does add a bit to it as well. And it really did make me want to check it out. I was a little bit put off in a sense. I was thinking more of a platformer, but like you said, it's more of like a Moss type. And I see that. And what I'm really psyched the most about is I want to know how this chick fails, because you said this is another little girl before Alice. Obviously, she cut the mustard. She didn't get it done Alice had to come in and finish the job for this chick. So I want to see how she messes it up. And I don't know. I'm intrigued to see the story, you know? So
As am I. You know, there's a lot of things to like about this for me. One of is it being story driven. The other thing is I'm sure it's going to be at least at times like a dreamscape. Um, it's a classic story. It's a world that's derived from classic literature. The looks and sound of it, it looks absolutely beautiful from what we've seen here. And then there's perspective shifting. I mean, you play most of the game in third person, but there are certain things you deal with in first person, like that. So I think there's a lot to like here. Really, my only question is how much content are we going to have here? Is this going to be a 2-hour deal, 3-hour deal, 5-hour deal? That's really my biggest concern with it, is maybe it turns out to be short.
and how much is it going to be? And the biggest question I have is, are the devs crazy? Because the release date is 3 days after Alyx, and you were saying, like, why would you pick that as like any developers, like any week but this week, man? You don't, especially after. You want to do it 3 days before Alyx, maybe, but man, talk about this. This game has the potential to just disappear down the rabbit hole, and and everybody will forget about it. And I'm hoping that's not the case. And hopefully, you know, if the devs could give us a key, we can check it out and we can tell people how awesome this game is, and just, you know, yell it from the rooftops. But I don't know, man. That date is just very sketchy to me.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to request a key from Cortopio Studios. I may already have, honestly. But yeah, it's strange. I mean, as long as we've been doing this, we are still kind of newbies in certain aspects, and I never know when it's appropriate to ask for a key. When's too early? When's just the right time? I don't want to wait until it's too late, you know, and I don't want to go too early. So I'm definitely going to be asking for a key, but I've been debating with myself all day. Should I go ahead and ask for it now? Should I wait 2 weeks? I mean, we're about 6 weeks out now, 5 or 6 weeks from release. And let's be honest, this thing's going to need all the publicity it can get, because the whole news cycle is going to be swallowed up for a month at least from Half-Life Alyx. I mean, we saw The Walking Dead, you know, swallow up the news cycle for 2 solid weeks. What do you think that the first Half-Life game in 12 years is going to do?
Yeah, we couldn't stop talking about it. We can't stop talking about Walking Dead if we start down that road. So yeah, it's going to get, I don't want to put it out there and say this will get lost in the shuffle, but it has that potential for sure. And hopefully not, because I, like you, I want to see the world. I want to see the story. You know, I want to see how this ties in with the actual story. Does it like finish right before it, or I don't know. There's a lot of intriguing things for me, and I don't know. It's pretty cool.
Well, we're kind of all right. I'm starting to put it together now, Ruuts. So I'm starting to understand why releasing them might not be the worst idea in the world. You know, we kind of sometimes lose perspective of the big picture, looking through the glasses of the PC VR gamer. But we're forgetting this game was originally announced to release in December for PC VR first, coming to Quest and PSVR at a later date. Now it's coming on March 26th to all platforms simultaneously. And when you start looking at the big picture, when you talk about Quest and you're talking about PlayStation VR, PC VR is only a piece of the pie, and PSVR is starving for a game right now.
That's very true.
So they're going to be all depressed, right? Because everybody else is going to be playing Half-Life Alyx, and the Quest players and the PSVR players, which are great in number, they're going to be looking for that pint of Haagen-Dazs to go to, and that might be what this is.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't think of it from that perspective. So
maybe they're trying to be that rebound girlfriend, Ruuts.
Yeah, maybe. I was looking at the dialogue there, and it said they had 2 choices. You know, to say we're looking for the queen or we're lost. So I wonder if the story kind of changes as far as how you interact. It seems like it could. I mean, it could just lead down the same pathway, but I don't know.
Well, you know, Alana Pierce recently, when she did a Half-Life video, was talking about the coming trend in VR games and how, or not just VR games, but video games in general, and how revolutionary the next generation of games are going to be just for that reason, because more and more we're going to start to see games where your decisions have consequences. So this could be just another example of that. I know it's The Walking Dead implemented it probably as well as we have seen in VR thus far, but there's still loads of room for improvement in that department. And this just could be another example.
Yeah, the AI is going to make everything change completely. You know, like when you can interact with the AI and it can, you know, on the cuff just change things. You know, what I want to see is like if I go and I get gropey with somebody and it like changes the story and they like start looking at you different or something. I don't know.
Who knows? Ruuts could end up being the king when he meets the queen in this game.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, anyway, Ruuts, I think this game just looks beautiful. I'm looking forward to being in this world and exploring it. I hope I get around to it before July.
Yeah, really.
Because again, you know, we're all going to be doing the same thing, right? Anybody with the PC headset going to be doing the same thing that week.
Yeah.
Maybe we can get an early copy.
That would be nice. Yeah, and then we could get it.
Play it the week before.
Yeah.
Right? That would be great, honestly. Devs, Cortopia Studios, hook us up. I promise we'll talk about it long after Half-Life Alyx drops. We'll keep the name in people's minds. So when they start to get that fatigue after eating chocolate cake for a solid month,
This will be
we'll say, hey,
good palate cleanser.
try out some of this delicious tiramisu instead. All right, Ruuts. Well, you heard me mention it there. PlayStation VR, hungry for a game. So let's talk about some PlayStation VR games. Let's talk about Paper Beast. Ruuts, I keep going back and forth on this one, man. On the one hand, this game looks absolutely stunning and beautiful. The world, it looks like a level of quality that we haven't seen, at least not very often on PlayStation VR. This level of clarity and sharpness, even though the textures seem to be, you know, low detail, the lighting is just tremendous. And you know, this game was sold to us as a narrative-driven odyssey. But just this past week, they've unveiled this sandbox mode. And I've had questions about this game for a while. How long is it going to be able to keep my attention? And I think that you kind of have echoed those sentiments in recent weeks. Is this sandbox mode going to affect the value proposition for you at all? Is this something that gives you any more confidence that this game is going to be able to hold you over for more than a day?
For me, no, but it's really cool, man. Like I'm not the most creative when it comes to building stuff, but I've seen what other people can make, and that water looked really good. I don't know, man, if you could create like a really cool thing, or like I could see your kids building a really cool environment and saying, Daddy, you need to come in and check out this, you know. I'm sure you've never heard that, but you know, it's kind of cool. It's an extra added benefit to the game, having the game. You know, you get to control the sun, it looks like, and all sorts of stuff, but it does look amazing.
Like dreams. It looks like dreams to me.
Yeah, it does actually. And it looks like a very amazing looking game, and I might get in there and think, wow. I mean, I was telling you earlier, I don't really feel like it's a game that I'm like rushing out to play, but just watching this trailer here, and I'm thinking, wow, this would look amazing. The water just, to me, looks phenomenal, and water just seems to keep getting better and better in VR. So
yeah, I agree with that. Really, the most compelling thing about this game is the developer. It's the developer of Another World. His name always escapes me, but he's apparently a legendary video game developer. So a lot of people are looking forward to that game just based on that alone. Now, I say that I keep going back and forth on it, and it's really not so much from what I'm seeing here. Everything I'm seeing looks beautiful and good. I'm just the concept of it. I'm still a little bit weird on. It's kind of a observation game, and outside of the sandbox mode, I'm not sure how much effect you're going to actually have on it. It might seem like more of an experience than a game. But one of the interesting things I did learn when I was reading up on the sandbox mode, they were talking about how you can experiment with the environments as well as the creatures. And they said that as they were testing it and playing around with it, that they witnessed all sorts of unexpected behavior out of the creatures. And that was the most interesting part of it from them, is seeing how the creatures react to what they're doing into the environment.
Yeah, well, sounds very intriguing. And so do you think we're gonna be talking about the paper beast effect then, like in another month or no? Probably not. But no, I mean, it looks intriguing. It doesn't, I don't know if it's gonna necessarily be my type of game, but you know, especially like we were saying, with so few games being out for PlayStation, I think people are going to jump on it. So
that's the thing, right? I think this game's going to be a hit, most likely, and it's pretty clear why. Have you ever been so hungry that you eat just plain saltine crackers?
Oh yeah,
just grab them and start
eat anything.
They're delicious, aren't they?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you're hungry, right? Because you're hungry, and the crackers are just so good. I think that this game is going to be saltine crackers, Roots. And to somebody who has a full salad bar, might not seem like a main course, but to someone on PlayStation VR who hasn't eaten for a few months, I think these crackers are going to be pretty delicious.
Yeah, I think that's really the key, is like, just because there's not that much out there, it probably will do really well. And it's not that it's a bad game. It's just compared to everything else, it's,
yeah,
you know.
I honestly don't know. I don't know if it's going to be a good game or bad. I don't think it'll be a bad game per se. I just don't know how great it's going to be.
Right.
You know, I don't know if something compelling is going to have to come. I'm going to need some diversity in the world as I travel through it. I'm going to need something compelling about the story to keep my attention. If it can give me that, I mean, again, the game looks beautiful.
Yeah, because I mean, it needs to have something to it. Because if I want just an amazing planet, I could go to No Man's Sky, and there's a lot more stuff to check out, I would think. And
right. And while we were mentioning it, Dreams releasing today, Roots, no VR support at launch as promised originally. The developers were asked about it this past week, and they said, quote, "We're working on it." And what's so funny about that is, I mean, that's a non-story if you ask me. Obviously, you're working on it. We knew you were working on it. A lot of the PSVR media reported that as good news. Good news, guys! Breaking news! They're working on it.
Have you played it yet? No.
No, but I did go into. You can pre-order Dreams on the PSN store. I went in to see if it was going to make me rebuy it, like the full version, because the thing that I bought was like a creator's beta. But no, it had me blacked out so that I couldn't order it. Obviously, I'm going to get a free copy.
Oh, cool.
Well, not a free copy, but a copy, because I already bought the beta.
Nice.
That was my whole intent. Hopefully, it'll carry over to PS5, and when we finally do get VR support for it, I'm not going to have to throw any more money on it.
Yeah.
Anyway, Paper Beast, certainly a beautiful looking world. A lot of people are going to have a good time with these sandbox modes, and I call it God mode, because when you're talking about environments and creatures like this, who obviously have an AI and a personality, you're kind of playing God when you do stuff like this, right?
Yeah, it was weird how that was like part of the tree, right?
Well, that's the whole quirk of the game. Everything's paper. So maybe it has some kind of underlying theme about how we're all really the same stuff, right? Anyway, Paper Beast, I can't make my mind up which one I'm looking forward to more, this one or the Separation VR that comes out at the end of February. both of them, they keep going like this. I'm intrigued with both of them to some extent, but which one more I really can't say.
I don't have to wait too long.
No, no, we won't. While we're on the topic of crackers for starving people, Roots, Space Channel 5 VR. These are some nice, fancy Keebler crackers, aren't they?
Yeah. What's weird about this is it's just everything about it.
This is for those of you who don't know, this is a story-driven dance game. I repeat, this is a story-driven dance game. You have to save the universe. And how do you do that, Roots? You got to dance, baby. You got to bust a move.
Yeah, it's already got me intrigued already. But like you said, I guarantee people will be running out to buy it because there's not too many games out there. I don't know. It might be really cool. It might be different. It might be unique. It might be amazing. To me, it just looks weird.
I'm trying to think of a nice way to say this, Roots. My interest level in this game is about like that right there. 0.
You're not pre-ordering it?
I think that this is a lot to do about nothing. I'm just as interested in this game as I am in Dance Central, which is nothing. $40, Roots. This is a $40 game.
Wow. I wonder, hopefully it's a good story now. I still haven't played Dance Central. I bought it like 7 months ago, but I know Alyx has played it and he really liked it. So, I don't know. Maybe this will be good. Maybe for people that dance, maybe you'll, come out of this game and you'll just go to the club and you'll be, dancing like an alien and get chicks around you. And now I changed my mind. This game's amazing. I'm going to pick it up day one. And look, Roots is.
Every article I read on this game, they all refer to it as a VR sequel to the quote legendary Sega rhythm game. So apparently this is a franchise, like a popular franchise that I've never heard of.
Yeah, so I guess maybe if you played this game back in the day, you like really would be excited for this. I mean, look at those aliens, dude. They're just getting down, man. Like, who doesn't want to watch aliens dancing? So I don't know. If I could play it just to see it, I mean, it might be a spectacle. So it looks pretty weird.
Well, hopefully there'll be some kind of a demo come out with it. If they're going to put a $40 price tag on a dancing game, I don't care if it is a story-driven dancing game based on a legendary IP. $40, man, come on.
I better be good. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I think it'll be well received. Again, delicious saltine crackers, Roots.
Oyster crackers.
You can already see it. Like, this was big news. And by the way, the news is this game coming out February 25th. So just a couple of weeks, not even, less than 2 weeks away on this
11
game.
days.
And that news was met with jubilation, dude. Like, people are really looking forward to this in the PSVR media.
Yeah. Well, this is what you get. This is it, man. You want to play a new game in February, this is it.
Yeah. Okay. So this game also coming to HTC Vive, Oculus Rift, and Oculus Quest sometime later this year. But PSVR February 25th in the US, February 26th in the rest of the world. USA. Take note that this title is also coming on to Viveport.
Ooh.
As well as Steam VR, but again, no date on PC VR.
Infinity, or we don't know.
Let's hope.
Yeah.
If I'm going to play it, that'll be hell. Which I don't even know if I'll have Infinity at that point anymore. My subscription's about to expire, and as much as I use it, I really don't see myself buying it again.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It just seems weird. I don't know. Most of the games, like you said, we've already got, or they're just not that good. A few games here or there. So
no, it's an amazing deal, and there's a lot. It's a really good library, honestly. We just have those games.
Right.
We have them on Steam already. So yeah, but yeah, to anybody new to VR who don't have a lot of games, I mean, man, Infinity really is impressive.
Yeah.
It's just, I mean, I've had it for almost 14 months now, and I've used it 5 or 6 times in that time period. I mean, I've barely used it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I guess I got my $30 worth out of it, you know.
Yeah, well, you've got to try games that you would have never tried at all, you know.
Honestly, I've got one installed on there right now, some horror title that really looked cool that I installed and never went back and played. I probably should get one there and check that out.
Yeah, that and what else, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, I've got a library of games on Viveport that I own that I bought because they were selling them for like $1 or something, you know. Some like awesome VR. Like I've got Super Hot on there and Arizona Sunshine, and I think I have what's that one? Torn. I have Torn on there. I've got probably 10 or 15 titles that I own on Viveport. So I'll be going in there whether or not I'm subscribed or not.
Yeah, maybe you'll get a free membership.
You know, I might. As much as I plug them, I should, right? Yeah. Like it seems like every other week I'm talking about how awesome Infinity is, even though I never use it. I'm always like plugging it. If a new game is on Infinity, I always tell people, "Hey, you can get it on Infinity." So, yeah. What's the deal, HTC? Hook your guy up. Yeah.
And don't listen to all the other shit that we talk about your hardware.
Well, it's just that one video.
Cosmos,
right?
Yeah.
Well, well, I mean, if we're talking about Cosmos, then we might be blacklisted on that. But I mean, who wouldn't be? I mean, honestly.
Yeah, I don't know, man. People are still having the discussion, Oculus Link or Cosmos, and it's like, what world am I in? You know?
Yeah, topsy-turvy world, Roots. That's what world.
That's it.
I mean, look at this game, dude. This is a $40 game. This is the world.
This is the most anticipated game of 2020 for PlayStation VR at this moment.
Yeah, right. All right. Anyway, Space Channel 5 VR coming to a PSVR near you February 25th. Be sure to watch out for that, and be ready to dance. All right, Roots, that's enough about PSVR. Let's talk some new games, shall we? And let's talk about Art Pulse. Art Pulse, well, I guess in a way we're still kind of talking about PSVR games, because from what I understand, unbeknownst to me, Art Pulse has already been released on PlayStation VR, and I just had no idea. But this comes to us from VR Kiwi, which is the developer of Cave Digger, and this is an odd game. They call it a game, but it seems more like an art suite kind of thing. It's they give you these art tools where you can make visual art, but everything that they give you has a certain kind of sound or music associated with it. So as you create the art, you're actually creating a song as well, and they go one and the same, hand in hand together. And that's kind of the idea here. You're going in here to create these crazy looking, tripped out, fluorescent art scenes that also have this crazy music that goes with it as well. Roots, we see stuff like this from time to time, and I never really take much of an interest in it, but my eyes have been opened by the way VR. Now see the potential that something like this could have.
Yeah, this looks really cool. You said this is already out for PlayStation or for VR?
I think I read that. Yeah, it is on PlayStation VR.
Okay, yeah. Now it looks really cool, and I wonder what kind of music. So it just makes music as you're drawing. So that looks pretty cool. Now, is this coming to PC or is this only PlayStation VR?
Let's see here. This title is now available on Viveport and Steam for PC-based VR headsets. It is already available for PSVR via PS Store. So yeah, not on the Oculus Store, or at least according to this article, not on the Oculus Store yet, but available on Viveport and Steam.
Huh. So it looks like we'll be checking this out, huh? I mean, especially if it's free possibly on Viveport. I want to check it out.
I will check that live in real time right now and see if it actually is an Infinity title. If that is, that'd be really cool.
Yeah, I'm looking up Art Pulse on Steam in real time while you're looking that up. So we're hitting both sides. I see that it's what, $12.99. Looks pretty good for that price. That's not too bad.
No, that's fair for what I'm seeing here.
Yeah.
Okay, Art Pulse.
I can't see it not being on Infinity. This looks like an Infinity game to me.
Well, sometimes they launch as a for purchase title and then they move to Infinity after a month or two. Yeah, it's not an Infinity title. It's just for sale.
Son of a bitches. Well, we might have to pay for this one. What do the reviews say? Or does it say any reviews? I want to check out.
No reviews as of yet. It just released today or yesterday. So.
Oh yeah, this one.
Oh, my bad. It released a week ago.
Yeah, as I say, this is January 31st. There's only one review on Steam as well.
I mean, it looks beautiful. Like these screenshots I'm looking at look absolutely stunning.
It's pretty chill and relaxing, according to Fast Lawyer. So.
Yeah. We have a quote here. With various shapes and colors, each combination resulting in a different sound, players can chill in unique audio-visual thrills. The main goal was just to have fun and relax while creating a new experience. They're touting 3 game modes, it looks like. A standard time-limited mode where the drawn shapes will fade over time. An endless mode where there's no time limit or shape fading. And then there's a cinematic mode, Roots, where you just sit back and the computer does everything for you.
Yeah, that's my mode.
That's mine as well.
I just want to chill, watch the stuff doing weird stuff. I want to put in some Pink Floyd The Wall and just chill out. So
I agree wholeheartedly. But yeah, this thing again, we see stuff like this from time to time, and I never really give it a second thought. But I've been so profoundly impacted with just how cool the Wave is. Now something like this looks a bit intriguing to me.
Yeah, I think it's cool. I don't know if I want to drop $12.99 for it, but I'll try it for free, or if I start seeing really raving reviews, I'll be checking it out for sure.
Yeah, I want to check to see what some of the PSVR people are saying about it, because obviously they've had it for a little while now, and I got to imagine if it's good, they would have said it.
Crackers, Wes. Oh wait, that's only right now. Yeah.
Yeah. These are cookies, Roots, but they're like vanilla wafers.
I like the circus cookies. Oh man,
yeah, animal crackers.
Those are so good, right? The circus sweet ones. Yeah,
they are when you're hungry.
That's true.
I'm talking about the plain ones, not the frosted ones.
See, I like the frosted ones with the spark or the colored things on them. But I don't know.
Anyway, Art Pulse, just wanted to bring that one up because it honestly looks pretty cool. It looks like it's worth a look. Yeah. Recently, in the last couple of weeks, I don't know if I've done it on the show or not, but I know at least in the Discord, I've been talking a little bit about this upcoming announcement from Cyan Incorporated, the developers who brought us, of course, Myst, Riven, Abduction. They published Zed this past year. They've been teasing an upcoming project for Oculus Quest, and we've been wondering what exactly that's going to be. Well, now we know it's a game called Area Man Lives. This is going to be a collaboration between Numinous Games and Cyan Ventures. Cyan Ventures being the publishing arm of Cyan Incorporated. Area Man Lives is a reimagining and completion of a former title called Untethered by Numinous Games. Roots, are you familiar with Untethered?
I am a little bit. I remember. I think I might have played it once, but I can't remember. but I know I've seen the game at minimum, so I am aware of it. But tell me a little bit about Untethered.
I couldn't tell you a thing about Untethered except for that they're remaking it and changing the name.
Okay.
This is described as a quirky VR game that mixes a comic book world with an over-the-top radio drama. The title sees the player assume the role of a radio DJ in a small town called Haystack Rock. As the game begins, the radio producer will prompt the player to start speaking out loud to begin the show. That means that the main method of interacting with the game is through voice command. That's the whole catch here, is you're a DJ on the radio, and the things that you say affect what is happening in the town around you. And somehow you're going to be able to manipulate things to the point where you're either going to be able to save this character's life or not. He's going to die.
That sounds actually really cool. And the trailer, there was another trailer, right, with just like people with blinders on or something. The most bizarre trailer I've ever seen. And like you were saying, if we could actually have audio, be another one that would be good to use for this. But I don't know, this is different, and I'm kind of intrigued to see how it would work, and maybe just playing the game will make me a better podcast person. So I don't know.
Yeah, well, that's the thing with this game, and that's the whole draw, in my opinion, is it's such a unique concept for a game, and that's what I really look for in a lot of these smaller type games. So on one hand, we have a very unique concept. On the other hand, I'm not sure that we ever get out of this room, Roots. I think the whole thing might just take place in the radio station.
How long do you think this would be then? 6 hours in one room? It's too much.
I don't know. That's the question. I do like the art style. I normally dig the whole comic book motif in VR. I think it looks really cool.
I want to play WKRP in Cincinnati. That would be a cool game. It's probably not gonna make a VR game around that one though. Johnny
People
Fever.
Googling as we speak, Roots. What the hell?
What the hell? Well, we have enough people that are in our genre. They probably know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah. So. There was enough of us that used to watch VH1 at night to remember WKRP in Cincinnati.
Yeah, well, remember we only had like 10 channels or 13 channels back in the day. You watched what was on. You didn't get to choose, man. So.
Yeah, I want me a Barney Miller VR game.
Oh, yeah.
Or Benny Hill.
Oh, yeah. I just want to. Oh, man.
Anyway, anything Cyan Incorporated attaches their names to, automatically you've got my interest. And again, a very unique concept here. Voice command, something I don't think gets used enough in VR, right?
Yeah, I don't use it, very much at all. I need to put it. Actually, I need to do that for Walking Dead, just so that I can have to force myself to be quiet. I think that'd be pretty cool.
I did try it out. I turned it off for the Evil Weasel videos because I'm constantly talking to the viewers. I don't want to give myself away. But when I played it on my normal gameplay, I tried it out to see if they heard me, and it worked.
Really? They heard your breathing, or?
No, I said, hey, hey, you over there.
Well, okay, let me ask you this. So it hears you say that, but it doesn't hear me going coughing. When you get low on health, and he's, they're right around the corner, and you're coughing. You'd think they would hear you, right?
Roots, we got to use video game logic at some point.
That's true. It's not real life.
We just have to suspend disbelief at some point. But yeah, I get you. It seems like they have certain standards, and one of the things that really does kind of peeve me off a little bit about the game is it doesn't seem like gunfire draws them at all. Like, you can use your gun with impunity. It's not going to draw anything to you. And anybody who has read or watched The Walking Dead knows you don't want to shoot your damn gun. That's the stupidest thing you could do, is shoot a gun.
Yeah.
And it kind of, I get where that might restrict the how fun the game is, because obviously everybody wants to blow zombies' faces off. But I'd like for there to at least be some. I mean, if there's going to be voice immersion, most noises should attract them.
If you say hey and the zombie immediately comes running at you and you shoot a gun and they don't, yeah, that's kind of a problem.
Yeah, especially with it being so well established in Walking Dead that you can't be shooting your gun off whenever you want. Now, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I just haven't noticed it. But I've never thought twice about using my gun. It's never been a problem for me.
Where are the animals? No horses, no dogs, no cats. I'd like to see a Glen scene where, you sacrifice. I mean, I think some people would freak out, if they saw a horse get attacked by zombies.
I think I saw some rats. Pretty sure I saw some rats.
Okay. Yeah, I just think that would be kind of cool, if you could see like a bear or something, just a zombie bear comes. Well, maybe not, but
zombie wolf.
Yeah, zombie wolf.
Want the zombie wolf.
But yeah, now we're way off topic. But
well, what do you say we wrap up the show here and get to our final topic of the day, and that being a topic that we come back to very often, and that is the topic of the damn deals that are going on right now in these VR stores. First of all, Stormland. Man, Stormland's, 2 months old? It's a AAA quality game, one of the top 5 games ever in VR. Already on sale for 25% off due to the game being nominated for Immersive Reality Technical Achievement at the 23rd Annual DICE Awards.
It's actually huge because if you look at Oculus exclusives, usually you don't get shit, man. No sales for a long time. I mean, Marvel's only been on sale once that I've ever seen it. You just don't get sales very often. So this is definitely,
especially with a game like this, right? Where we were saying, okay, it's a $40 game, but let's be honest, this is a $50 game that they priced at $40, right?
Yeah. Now it's you can get it 25% off at $30. I mean, it really is a no-brainer, and it's an amazing game. It's even, I've heard people say, why would I go back in after I've beat it? I could see, going back in. I've beat it, but if you wanted to go back in, I'd play it with you or anybody that wanted to play it. It's an amazing game to play with a co-op with people, and just the way it feels. It would be good like 6 months from now to jump in and play for an hour or two.
Yeah, this game is so well done that it's fun to play in kind of like a sandbox style. Like you can play completely outside the story in this game and just have a ton of fun. I would say half of my gameplay in this game has been exploration gameplay. It hasn't really had anything to do with the story.
Yeah, it's a really good game. Definitely worth $30 for sure.
Yeah, get it now because they didn't say how long it's going to be on sale for like this. And I can tell you, Roots, as we're recording this, the DICE Awards were tonight. And guess who did not win that Immersive Reality Technical Achievement Award?
I'm assuming it was Stormland. Who did win it?
Stormland, Blood and Truth.
Oh, wow.
Sony London Studios.
Yeah.
Another amazing VR game. One of the best I've ever played.
Both, I was going to say both owned by Sony, right?
Right? Now, both owned by Sony anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't even know that by the time we publish this game's still going to be on sale. But if it is and you don't have it, I can't recommend it highly enough for $30. It's a steal at $30. And how often do you hear us say a game's a steal at $30?
Yeah, for real, dude. And if you want to pick it up and hit me up, I'll jump in there and I'll, ask Scion, man. I was helping him crush that. A lot of games, usually I am jumping in someone else's backpack. But this one, man, I'm going balls to the wall and I'm just tearing shit up. So it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I could literally sit and just throw praise on this game for another hour here, and time would just go by. I love it so much. I can't believe it's been a couple of weeks since I played it. That's a testament to The Walking Dead, honestly. But Stormland's so good. If I weren't playing The Walking Dead right now, I'd be playing Stormland most likely.
Yeah, for sure.
But as good as a deal as the Stormland sale is, it's not the deal of the week, Roots. Not even close, because folks, Humble Bundle has come out with their first ever Humble VR bundle. We've seen, and for those of you who don't know what Humble Bundle is, Humble Bundle is a for charity game store who gives a percentage of their profits to charity. They have bundles monthly that they put together, and we've seen from time to time them throw a VR game in the bundle here and there. Never a full bundle like this. So what do we get with the Humble VR bundle? There are 3 tiers that you can opt into. The first tier, Roots, you can choose what you pay, as long as it's at least $1. And with this tier, for your dollar investment, you get Cosmic Trip, which I've never played and I'm not really familiar with, and you get Smashbox Arena, which I am pretty familiar with. I happen to know that Smashbox Arena is, as far as Gen 1 games go, people like playing Smashbox. It's a fun multiplayer game.
Yeah, especially for 50 cents, man. 50 cents a piece. That's a damn good deal, man.
You can't buy a pack of gum for that.
No, you can't get anything that good unless you go to Viveport and you get some of the Oculus ones. I mean, they're not 50 cents, but these are actually good games, though. So.
Yeah, I know, right? I mean, it's no Taco Face.
Yeah.
It's no Sharkferno. Or what was the one we Ashi Wash?
Oh, Ashi
no
Wash,
Ashi
man.
Wash.
Everybody loves feet, dude. So
anyway, have you tried Cosmic Trip? I've never played that.
I haven't tried either one of those, but both of those look intriguing. And for $1, man, I can't say that enough. That's definitely worth checking out for sure.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's not all. I mean, people are saying, you know what? These are old games. I'm not impressed. Yeah. Well, that's just the first tier. The second tier, you can buy into by beating the average price that people have decided on their own to pay for the bundle. Last I checked, it was $13 and some change. If you pay at least that much or more, you can move up to tier 2, which will then add budget cuts, Gorn, and Space Pirate Trainer. Roots budget cuts alone until very recently was a $30 game. And
and they just added all that new stuff, man. Like they're integrated a lot of the old or the new game stuff into the old game. And so to be able to get 5 games now for $13 or something, that's a good deal.
Yeah. Yeah, and budget cuts and Gorn and Space Pirate Trainer, when you're talking about those, you're talking about perennial bestsellers. These are some of the most well-regarded games in VR, and for $13 and some change, I mean, with the exception of Space Pirate Trainer, either Gorn or budget cuts worth the price of admission alone.
Right. Well, and especially with all the new people coming into VR, I know I've been watching a lot of Reddit posts of people giving away the keys, and which is kind of cool. I've already got this game and I didn't need it, and so that's what I love about the VR community. It's not big enough to be douchebags yet, for the most part.
Yet
it's a very niche community. But yeah, yet. No, I think all of these games, 3 of those games are amazing.
Yeah, but it gets better, Roots. That's not even the deal. I'm about to drop the deal on you, because if you're already getting tier 2 and you want to just put another $1 on top of that, $1 more, Roots, you're going to get Moss, you're going to get Super Hot. These are regarded as some of the best games of all time. I mean, Moss and Super Hot, these are what I would call must-own VR games. Either one of them worth the $15 price of admission easily. you should jump on it. If you see Moss on sale for $15, you should jump on it. If you see Superhot on sale for $15, you should jump on it. But for the $15, you get both of them and the other 5 games that we just talked about. I haven't seen a lot of deals this good in my time in VR Roots. This is incredible.
Yeah. I mean, there's out of those 7 games, 5 of them I own and have played through. So, you know, the first 2 I haven't really heard of too much. But like you said, I mean, even just in the bundle, just to have them to try is kind of cool. So,
yeah, it's one of these deals that's so good that I almost bought it, even though I already have the games. It's just like, I don't want to pass up this deal. I want to buy it anyway, right?
Yeah, that's one of the things that I was telling you is whether it's this sale or any of the Steam sales, it's hard to get excited because I know I'm going to own most of them already or have played them or whatever. But, you know, I mean, most of them I've gotten on sale anyway at some point, so I guess I shouldn't complain. But what a good deal.
Well, what a great deal. If you don't have Superhot, if you don't have Moss, you'd be foolish to not pick up this bundle. I mean, it's incredible. What a great deal. I mean, Superhot retails for $30, doesn't it? Moss does too. Both of those retail for $30, right?
Yeah, and they've both got extra content that's been added, and you can, you know, if you already own it, give away the key, you know, pay it forward, I think, anyway.
Yeah, for sure. And that's something we may do. You know, we don't have a lot of giveaways on the channel here, but when we do, we come pretty heavy, right?
Yeah, we're always looking for good ways to pick up good keys to good games. So
yeah. So if you have any of these keys and you want to find a loving home for them to grow and prosper and be enjoyed and appreciated, hit up the Virtual Strangers by joining our Discord by clicking the invitation in the description down below. And it may not be tomorrow and it may not be next week, but we assure you someone very deserving, or maybe not even deserving, but someone very appreciative will end up with these VR games.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, Roots, I think that's going to wrap us up for the week. I'd like to remind you folks, those of you who are new to the channel, to please subscribe. And for those of you who aren't, please share with a friend. If you like the video, please click the thumbs up and be sure to get that notification bell so you can stay up with all of the releases from St. Ruuts and Evil Weasel. With that said, friends, we'd like to thank you again for watching. And for St. Ruuts, I'm Evil Wes. We'll see you tomorrow, friends. Bye-bye.
Take it easy.